Welcome back to another episode of A Little R&R. I'm Reagan, and this is Brooke. And do you want me to say how my week was first, or do you want to go?
Yes, I'm still like coming down from my week. I mean, I think I'm having PTSD. I don't know.
I understand. So I said my week was pretty good. I'm trying to think of what I did at the beginning of the week. I don't feel like I did anything at like the early part of the week, unless I'm forgetting. Like maybe I had something going on last Monday, but I don't remember.
I don't think we did because when did we do the episode?
We recorded the episode Saturday after your cousin's baby shower, and then we didn't do anything all week. So we're kind of recording.
I know.
It
was like we needed a break. We were like,
we did. What sucked actually, it was a bummer part of the week. The Blink 182 concert that was supposed to be on Friday got canceled. So
why?
There was illness, so all Missouri shows got canceled. Kansas City, St. Louis, and then I can't remember. There's a third city in Missouri that got canceled. I can't remember what it was, but I got a call Thursday evening from my dad. He said, "Hey, I just wanted to let you know that the Blink 182 concert got canceled. So whenever they reschedule, we'll try to get tickets again." I was like, "Dang it, that sucks!" Because originally it was supposed to be me, Jake, my parents going. That was who it was supposed to be. Okay. Well, then my dad called. I don't know. The last Hot Country Nights I went to, I can't remember what night that was. It was obviously a Thursday, but I can't remember what week that was. Anyway, he called me while I was there, and he's like, "Oh, I'll call you back. I'll call you tomorrow, and we'll talk tomorrow because you're at that concert or whatever." I was like, "Okay, is everything good?" He's like, "Yeah, everything's fine." I said, "Okay." So I called him the next morning on my way to work, and he said, "Hey, just an FYI, like I guess that concert was sold out or something to that effect." And because the suite tickets that he was getting, they could only have, like, my dad was hosting it and he could only get one other ticket for the suite. Oh. And so it was going to be my dad and Jake that were going. So,
oh, shit.
Which was fine. Like, it would have been fine. But like, my dad and Jake don't just like hang out. So it would have been a little bit awkward, I'm sure, at the beginning. Just because.
Well, and too, like, that's kind of like a boy band one that like a lot of women would probably be at. Like
that too, but like that too.
And, or just like to see Kourtney Kardashian or whatever her name is, right? Isn't that the one?
Is it Kourtney or Chloe?
No, like is Blink 182 the one that Travis Barker is in? Okay.
Barker. Yeah. So it was like, dang it, it was just gonna be Jake and my dad, which again, fine. I don't care. Jake's the one that wanted to see him or see them. Because like I know some songs, but like I didn't grow up being a fan, so it wasn't as.
Yeah, I'm kind of the same way. Like I know some. Yeah, from like middle school, I feel like for us.
Yeah, exactly. So anyway, then he called and said, "Hey, just an FYI, the concert got canceled." It's like, damn. Well, that sucks. So nobody got to go, but we're hoping that when it gets rescheduled, one, we'll either get more tickets, or two, my dad's gonna ask one of the other guys to host the suite, and then Jake and I will go. But we don't know if it's going to get scheduled or not. So we shall see on that part. But, other than that was the bummer part of the week. But Saturday, my parents had their wicked pissa, which
I am so mad that I messed that up. I was so busy at work. I literally did not think it had happened yet. I called Reagan yesterday and I had said something and then I was like, man, I am like so excited for that wicked pissa party.
Looking forward to it. Yeah.
And it already fucking happened.
I said, "Girl,
excuse my language," but I was pissed.
Yes. But for those
hey, Doug and Sherry, can I have a wicked pissa evening at your house, just randomly? Wicked pissa one.
Wicked pissa for one. But,
bloody hell.
But it's basically just a party. It's just a fancy name for a party. But my dad had banners made for the party, so those were hung up in the backyard. It was a little chillier than what had been like what we thought was going to happen. So I mean, there was only a couple people that got in the pool, so I was not one of them. I was like, I brought
baby kid. Did the little baby kid get in there?
Declan was loving it. He got Scott in there. Scott was freezing, but Scott was in the pool catching Declan jumping off the deck. So he was having a heck of a time. He was having a blast.
He's like, I will get hypothermia for my grandchild.
Yes. But, they were having so much fun. And then, I mean, I think they had maybe 25, 30 people there. Maybe not quite that many, but a good amount of people showed up. Lots of food. My dad made French dip sandwiches and Philly cheesesteaks. And then everybody brought sides and snacks and desserts and stuff like that.
I'm not even commenting because I'm just pissed.
Just mad.
It all sounds wonderful and I'm pissed.
It was so fun. I'm sure they'll have another gathering like that anyway because they love doing
I'm sure a year from now and then I'll forget again. So
I'll make sure to text you this time because I literally thought that you were just still working. So I was like, oh no, I'm not gonna bother her because she's not.
I mean, I kind of was. But then it was like I just totally mixed my weekends up for whatever reason. And I even wrote, I even kind of even knew I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to get off work.
Yeah.
I was talking about it, but then like the week happened and it was just gone.
Right. Oh my gosh. Yeah. The other little tidbit that I had was I ordered some new rompers and some sandals.
Oh yes.
And a podcast mic. So let's hope that this audio is the best it's been. We'll see.
We actually just had like a little technical difficulty thing here because I was like, okay, the thing, like the weird connection thing is happening again. I was like, please let me go see if this like modem thing or something, because it's behind this king size mattress now. And I think it's like messing with it. It was
the
like
connection's not there.
Barely hanging in. So I'm glad I looked. And then it's fine. You aren't even going to notice because I'm a professional.
We're professionals now. Oh yeah. But anyway, I tried both rompers on. The floral pattern one worked really well. And then I got a different one. It's a solid color one. It's the same brand. And I got the same size, but it's like the pant legs are twice as wide as the other one.
Oh, shoot.
So and it was a slightly different material. So I was not a fan. And Jake even was like, that just doesn't look as good on you as the other one does. So I was like, okay, that's kind of what I was thinking too. So we, I
just ate a Hershey Kiss and I shouldn't have.
You're funny.
Damn you, Regan Ross, for getting me these.
They're so good.
I gotta hide these because I'm gonna do that again and then I won't be able to talk.
But anyway, so I'm sending back the burgundy plain colored one tomorrow. And then I also.
But you're keeping the fun pattern one?
I'm keeping the fun pattern one, yes. Because it fit really nice. That'll be my outfit for tomorrow. I've already got it planned out. Like, I don't even have to think about what I'm wearing tomorrow because it's there. But anyway, so my mom borrowed these shoes and she texted me when they got back and she was like, oh my gosh, I wore these all day and my feet don't hurt a bit. Like I have a pair in my cart so I can buy my own. What size did you get yours in?
So does it, because like I often feel like sometimes whenever I wear like flat sandals or flip-flops or something, or I like switch my shoe up and do something different, and it's almost like if it's like the more comfortable option, that my back hurts like so bad. Like I feel it in my back. I don't necessarily feel it in my feet ever. I could be in pumps or whatever and I'm like not feeling it in my feet. I'm feeling it in my back.
I wonder if you're like compensating standing a certain way.
Well, I'm just like permanently lopsided from that boot for 4 years.
I would say your 1 foot is your right foot, right?
I'm gonna hop along McGee.
I think you're if you have different shoes on, you're compensating for your foot, which is making your back hurt.
That's messed up.
So that's probably part of it. You need to go to the chiropractor, get realigned.
Well, I mean, I do it, and then it's like, I got to keep going and keep.
Well, yeah.
They got to realign me every other week or something.
But anyway, so I got that, and it went. Wow, I can't put my.
Wait, so what was the first part? Just so I can be reminded, because I've had like all the things like distracting me today, and I'm like ready to focus now. But so the beginning of your recap, you talked about
the Wicked Pissa.
The Wicked Piss. Oh, yes, that's why I blacked it out. Okay.
And then, I'm glad you missed it.
Okay. Because that's what I was like trying to like. Wait, what are we talking about right now? Are we on the podcast? Or are we just talking?
We're just talking. That's how that goes. But yeah, so the Wicked Pissa, and then I bought clothes. That's usually how they go.
I'm excited. Were the rompers really long? Did you say? Is that what they were wide? But
yeah, they were long. Like they're tank top or almost spaghetti strap tops.
Yeah,
and then they're wide leg, long pants. So
like
they're
really long.
Cute. So the floral one was perfect with my new sandals on. They hit right at my heel, like of my actual foot. So they weren't touching the ground.
With the Crocs that were thick.
Yeah.
Okay.
So without shoes on, I don't even think it touched the ground. It may have brushed it. So they were like perfect length on.
Okay.
But the red one, or the burgundy colored one, the plain one, that one was way too long and almost like I had a dress on.
Because it was like so wide that it was like Yeah, you couldn't tell where the like line was.
No. And even with the shoes on, they were still touching the ground. So I was like, this is just not, it's not going to work. I can't make it work as much as I wanted to. It for whatever reason, I think because it didn't have a pattern on it, it just didn't look right.
Right.
So it was odd. So I was just like, nah, I don't need it anyway. I'll send it back. It's fine.
Yeah.
So I think, and I told Jake, he's like, well, why don't you just get a different pattern one? I was like, I could, or I could see how much I actually wear this one before I
like keep the one and then so you're gonna wait to return it, or do you have to like return it?
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and return the red one, and then keep the floral one. See how much I wear that one, and if I decide I need another color or another pattern, I'll get another one because I've got it. I know where I have it saved on Amazon, so I know how to get it again if I need to. So and I was gonna wait to see if they went on sale again because the one I bought, the floral colored one, actually went on sale when I bought it. So instead of being $35, it was like $28, which isn't a huge difference, but enough of a difference to want to buy it. So but other than that, how was your week? I know you said you had a busy one.
Oh my gosh, is it like over yet? I mean, I think I like have blended last week and this week together. What's today? Today's only Monday.
Today's Monday. Yeah, unfortunately.
Oh, geez. Listen, just where's the white flag? Can I wave that yet?
Yes.
For my week because, so I have a lot. We had like from Wednesday basically till Sunday. It was my weekend of work at the apartments. And so basically from Wednesday to Sunday, we had like 7 or 8 move-ins. Okay. Whatever was thrown at me, it was fine. I just wrote down a whole notebook of questions because I didn't know nothing about nothing, but I could like deal with the people and like get it figured, I'm going to ask and I'll get back to you, like I could follow up like nobody's business.
Absolutely.
So then this week, it was like, I have always done the things that are like the jobs that I could literally do in my sleep. Like I have settled for the last 12 years. Let's just like call a spade a spade.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because like, I mean, why would I not? Like, it's so easy, right? Like, it's like my easy job. Well, I actually love what I do now, and I'm so glad that I switched because I have not. I mean, had more brain headaches. Like, I get more mind. Like, but it's totally worth it to me because like I feel more accomplished because I'm learning.
It's actually a challenge now.
Yes. Yeah. Like I can sell anybody a candle and I can give anybody a margarita and a hobby dip. Like, I can do that
exactly.
all day long, all night long and not even like think twice about it. I could go in there tomorrow and like still know every single thing,
Yeah.
But so I just thought I'm just like really, really enjoying what I'm doing. And even though we've had like, the team changes and everything and, Liberty got promoted and we now have Jody with us. And so, like it's just that like,
a lot of change all at once.
Well, it's a lot of change, but like it was like really good change. Like it was like we were clicking, like we're actually, a really good team. I feel like it's like this last week didn't feel that great, but
right. I say the flow made sense though prior to that.
Yes, and to be fair, both Jody, the property manager, and Mike, the supervised manager, were gone from Wednesday on, like from in all of it, and that's okay. They like nothing for that. She was in, doing something for work anyway. It's not like she was just at home,
Right.
So it's, it was like almost so much that I was like, oh my gosh, I think I'm kind of getting overwhelmed here. Like I haven't been overwhelmed at work and I don't know how long. And so then I was like, oh my gosh, I'm overwhelmed that I'm overwhelmed. And then I'm like, like I'm hiding in the bathroom crying for like 5 hours. I'm just kidding. It just was so busy because I had packed like with tours back to back to back on top of then having to figure out, okay, I still have to contact and reach out to these people, but I have another tour. I don't have enough time. Like it was like my whole day would go by and I just was like, oh my gosh, these people probably think they like are not getting this apartment or I don't know.
Exactly.
Or I've died and like I'm not getting back to them because it's been like, 2 or 3 days.
There.
Like and then on top of it, our voicemail, like we weren't getting voicemails. So
good.
That's they really for sure think that like we're just like, okay, we're not taking any more calls today.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
But I mean, so anyway, I know that was like I got off a tangent, but I just we hadn't had that conversation yet about like I actually do like really love what I'm doing and like that it's a challenge. So and love my team.
Was a surprise challenge.
Surprise challenge. Like,
the pop
you
quiz.
know,
Have fun.
it's like, which mic are we getting every day? You know, like, that's enough of a challenge. I don't need anything else right now. He just came back from a vacation, and he was like, calm, cool. I was like, dude,
Sure.
I just hate you. Of course, you coming back in here looking like refreshed, rested.
Right. Got some rest.
Like, yeah, Montana, whatever you were doing out there.
Hilarious.
I go to Montana so bad. But so yeah, I can't even like think of anything else because my brain is so mush.
Just a little squished. I understand.
And like that was it. That's my week. Move-ins. If you need an apartment, come and see your girl.
There you go.
I don't have any because we're pre-leased, but wait till October.
We're at capacity.
Come and look at my community that I might have an apartment for like in a couple months. Okay, so what we're doing like a new one right now, right?
Yes. So this is a little
this is new because we're new.
Yeah, exactly. This is a little R&R review. This one Brooke unfortunately didn't get to go.
Oh, I was so mad.
I know.
Uncle
We'll
Mark, Aunt Susan, how dare you come and visit us? Like, what in the world? Like, we're family or something.
How dare you come to see me? But I had mentioned, I think last week, or last episode, whatever, that Shania and I went and did permanent jewelry. And I found an ad popped up on Facebook for this woman had a business, and it's called Adorn by Abby. So
Adorn, like ADORN? Okay, yeah.
And then Abby, ABBEY, it's her last name. So if you go to look for her, it's Adorn by Abby on like Instagram and stuff like that.
Okay.
Her ad popped up on Facebook for me, and I had tagged you and Shania in it and said, oh my gosh, we should go do this. And she had commented back and said, if you have any questions, send me a message, whatever. Like, okay, cool. So I'd done some digging on her page and found her on Instagram and everything. And she, like, right off the bat, I already liked her because she had her prices posted. She had a price page just straight there. First thing on her Instagram was her prices.
Oh, I do remember you saying that. I was thrown because I was more like, and maybe this is because like my mom used to do the premier jewelry, or like I sold like all the pyramid things, right?
Sure.
Or they have like a thing, like a catalog of this is what I have, like this is the product, and this is what it is. But it was like you had to like, they didn't have that, right? So, it was like they gave you options of like examples, but she might not have had that when you got there.
So because her inventory changes. Because whenever me and Shania went and talked to her, she was telling us all about how she kind of got started. She's been doing this for about a year now, which I thought was really cool. So she's fairly new, but she told us she tests all her chains that she does. She tests all her chains
I forgot you
on herself before she lets it be something that a customer can pick. So, which I thought was pretty cool. So she makes sure it doesn't tarnish.
She could end up with like
green wrist
or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So she makes sure it doesn't tarnish. She makes sure it doesn't break easily. She makes sure whatever products she uses on her skin doesn't change the color of it or mess with the integrity of the chain, that kind of stuff. So I thought that was really fun. And like I said, she had her prices posted right up front. So I knew what we were getting before we got into it. Because Shania and I had looked into this, I don't know, probably a year ago. Just happened to stumble across it when we, I don't know where we went.
Really?
We went somewhere.
Did you tell me about this a year ago?
I don't know if we did or not.
I was like, I do not remember. I've never heard of this, I don't think. I mean, like, I've seen it, like, know, I've seen it around town.
I feel like we had stumbled across it we did a third Thursday, like, last November or something like that. We had it just, like, randomly. Thursday? It's down on the Harrisonville Square. The shops do a late night thing that you can, like, go visit their stuff. Their little shops there on the square.
I was like, isn't it First Fridays? I was like, what the...
No, Harrisonville does their own version. But we had gone and there was a girl in one of the shops that she had a little pop-up booth. Yeah. And I was like, okay, cool. Like I had seen this before, wanted to do it. And I was like, oh my gosh, me too. So we were looking at it, but like the girl only had like 4 options. And I was like, and they're all like, I like silver. She had no silver. And like, I could also do rose gold, but she didn't have any of that. She only had gold. And like I said, there was only like 4 options. And I was like,
isn't yours the silver though?
No. It is. That's what I'm saying. Like the girl that was at this pop-up place.
Oh my gosh. Sorry. I forgot that we were like not at the Abbey place right now. We were at the third Thursdays. Sorry, friends. I promise I will not distract us anymore this episode.
But anyway, so this girl, like, she just didn't have a whole lot of options, but she was also charging, like, starting at like $100.
Holy
And I was just like,
crap.
if I'm gonna have something permanent on me that I cannot take off, I want to like it.
And it better be like that. Was hers even sparkly or anything?
And yeah, there just wasn't a whole lot of variety to it. So I was just like, I'm not sold. So we looked, but we didn't get at that moment. And then it was I kept keeping my eye out for stuff. And when it would come up on my Facebook or whatever, I'd be like, oh, look into it and see if I even wanted to pursue it any further type thing.
Yeah.
Well, then, so I found Adorned by Abby and I was like, oh, perfect. Looking at this, and I looked at her Instagram, kind of stalked it a little bit, and she had
Not only did you stalk it, you sent it to me, you sent it to Shania, and then we sent it to people. So, like, listen. Yes. I was like, well, we got to get her some business. Yes.
Exactly. So I went and, like, I looked at her posts that she had made and, like, stories that she had done to see the different varieties and stuff. And she had gold, silver, rose gold, and charms that you can put on stuff, and, like, just a whole lot of variety. And I was like, this is awesome. And then I had messaged her to see when we could, like, how to make an appointment if I had questions, like if I needed to make a single appointment for all three of us to go, if it needed to be 3 separate appointments, like how this situation was going to work. And she messaged me back really quickly. She was really accommodating because I think we had to change the appointment I don't know how many times.
Oh my gosh. So, yeah, because, like, each one of us, like, had something right that came up
that it just, like, didn't work. So we're like, crap, okay. So she was super flexible with that, which really helped. And it was so we ended up going to her house, which I thought was a little sketchy at first, but I was just like,
going to her house today.
It's fine, we'll be fine. So, and she had her own little corner down there in her basement with her stuff, and had, like, shadow boxes with all her options in there. So it was really cool. We went and looked at all of it, and I mean, I think we were there for probably an hour getting everything
survived. Done. You were not murdered.
And we did survive.
We
did not
and it's fine.
In the basement. But I ended up with 3 different chains, which I didn't think was going to happen. Like, I already figured I was going to get 2 because there was a bundle deal that if you got 2, it was only like $50.
Yeah.
So I was like, cool, I'll do 2. And then I was like, no, I have more than that I like.
So I think I'm gonna get
I was like, I'm gonna get all of them. So I ended up with a little heart chain, a paper clip chain, and then I think it's called a dog bone chain. I'm not entirely sure. It's called a dog.
Like a dog bone?
No, it's like this one. Can you see it?
Oh, okay, yeah. I was like, I don't remember looking at your wrist thinking
dog bone. I think that's just what they call it. But anyway, I'm very happy with what I got, and they're really fun, and it was just great. And then I know Shania got. I
was gonna say I still don't think I've seen hers.
I think I sent you the picture of it, but she got the 2. Like, she got the paper clip one, and then the dog bone, but she got gold.
See, I would just get that. I would get that paperclip one, like, because I do the weirdest shit, and I would be like,
the same thing. I thought the same thing, but I have not had these hooked on anything. And this one is pretty. It's pretty loose.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember you telling me that.
Like, my dog bone one is fairly snug, and then they get a little looser as they go because I wanted them to move. I didn't want them to all be stuck, in a certain pattern or whatever. So these I can move around. They can, move with me, but I have not gotten them caught on anything, which is amazing.
Really?
I get my shit caught on everything.
I was gonna say, because, like, listen, I'm like, all the weird things that could happen, they happen. Okay.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is too, my loofah hasn't even gotten caught on this, and I shower.
Stop it.
I've scrubbed.
Well, I guess because it's like it's all fluid. You don't have the thing hanging down. You know.
So, like, there's no clasp or anything on it. So
flesh. That's what I was trying to say. Yeah. Like, it's all.
So it works out really well. And I did find out that she also comes to Harrisonville sometimes and goes to headquarters on the square. So
I loved their wine slushies in downtown Lee Summit whenever they did that headquarters during COVID. No, they had 2 locations, I thought.
Oh.
I thought it was the same thing.
I have no clue.
Like, there's I've only heard of them. And then there was a headquarters in downtown Lee Summit. I'm not sure if it's still there because they did the wine slushies. They did the wine slushies for, like, during COVID, the drive-up ones.
Interesting. I wonder if they moved, because I didn't know that.
Yeah, maybe let me see if I can look it up real quick. Headquarters, right?
Headquarters, yeah. But yeah, so anyway, it was a really fun experience. It was a good time, and I'll definitely probably do it again. I can add.
Well,
more.
Yeah, I have to go back.
And she also does necklaces, anklets, and rings. Rings are the only ones that you can take off.
I got to see this.
they're really cool because you could do whatever chain you wanted and still she would just put it around your finger and it worked.
But
So
like,
if you
how
don't
would
want,
it
you can
stay
take it
on
off.
there? You know, like how does it?
Because it's tight enough that it stays, but you could just roll it off and it would come off.
Oh, roll it. Okay, that's what I was
Yeah.
like. I was like, she
Yeah.
kind of have to kind of make it loose, you know?
Yeah. So it was just really cool though. So I would definitely, I think I want to try to do something like that, maybe for like my mom for like her birthday or Christmas or Mother's Day or something like
Well,
that.
Sherry, cover your ears.
Well, I would tell her about it, but I think she would do like
okay.
an anklet or something like that. So I don't know if it's something she'd be interested in doing because I know she loves ankle bracelets and stuff like that. But
Your
I
mom
don't know if
does
she
though.
wants. I don't know if she wants a permanent one. You know, so I'd have to ask to see if it's something she's interested in. But I would go take her to do it. Is what I'm saying. So I just thought it was fun.
Well, this will be a test to see if my mom actually listens to this episode or not. So then we could maybe make it like a double date with our moms.
Yes, and Blair could come too. So we'll have it's a mother-daughter date.
And Blair.
Yes, that's what I said. And Blair.
Well, I guess she's a daughter, yeah.
Yeah, mother-daughter date.
I'll try to get Michaelin to come too.
There you go. That'll work.
Although I don't know if she would do that. You know, like sometimes people are weird about jewelry, and so
right.
That would make me very nervous that I can't take it off. It's so permanent. I guess you have a wedding ring. You're used to that type of a thing.
Yeah.
I'm not
the thing is, I don't even think about these now, and it's been a week and a half, 2 weeks. I really don't think about it.
Okay.
So I feel like it's one of those things that you wear it long enough, you just don't pay attention anymore.
Right. What happens when you're like ready? You just cut it yourself, or do you have to go back to her to cut it?
I think. Well, she said she guarantees her jewelry, so if it tarnishes, if it breaks, if you need to resize it, she would do all that type thing. And then I believe if you were wanting to change it out for something else, you could go back to her and she'd clip this one off and then put another one on you. I assume.
Okay, because I'm like, could you just cut it yourself? Like, obviously,
you probably could if you had
ruined at that point, right?
Yeah. So there is. If you can see that little one right there, that circle.
I'm gonna turn my brightness up. Hang on. Okay, there we go.
Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can never find it on the heart one. Oh, it's there. Okay.
Oh my God! I accidentally hit it. I was like, I said you could set heart and then those hearts.
Do you see the 3 circles right here? 1, 2, 3.
It's like a heart, then a circle.
Well, so on each chain.
Oh yeah.
Circle.
Ball and chain there, girl.
Yes. So those are the connection points. So that's what she uses
like a little
to connect
tool.
it. She has little pliers. She puts it on there, gets them hooked because it's a ring, but she opens it up like this and hooks each side in.
Does she wear glasses for that?
She has a magnifying light.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The science looking ones or whatever.
No, it's an actual light it's a magnifying mirror or magnifying glass with a light underneath, so you get lighted down here, but not in your face. But anyway, so
light it up.
So she loops both sides on that little thing, and then she has it's a little zapper thing. I don't know what you call it.
Kind of like makes it.
It makes a snap sound. So she has it looks like a teeny tiny car jumper because it's got little claw clips on it.
And for your Polly Pocket, we have jumper cables now.
But yeah,
do they even make those still?
What Polly Pockets?
Polly Pockets?
I don't know. I hope so because I love those. They're fun.
I know. I want my dang kids to have them if I can ever have any kids. I mean, like TikTok.
Right. But anyway, so the one little claw clip goes on the thing.
Okay.
And then there's a little pin with like a needle looking thing in it.
Yeah.
And then she touches it to the little spot where she wants it to melt or like seal.
Yeah, like to heat it. So yeah.
Yeah. And then it goes.
I'm like picturing like a welder, like welding. Like, I mean, I know it's not that big, but like the concept.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah. It just makes a little like snap sound and it zaps it together. So it's done. And then she'll like pull on it, make sure it's all connected and everything like that. So super easy, super quick. It was great.
Okay. I have a question.
Yes.
Did you guys, because I've been saving this to ask on the podcast and not like asking you guys, did you ever feel like, and I'm glad that you had somebody with you, obviously, because it was in this like her basement. Did you guys ever like have any moments of like awkward where you're like are so close to her, like your wrist is touching, like you guys are touching, and it's like, what are we saying? Like, are we talking? Are we not talking? Like, it's like so like your first nail appointment.
Right. for me, I felt like I was being awkward because I wasn't really asking any questions. I wasn't saying anything, but I was like watching very intently what she was doing. But I also like, I didn't want to mess her up because I feel like you have to concentrate. Really, it's tiny. You have to, like, I was like, okay, I don't want to like mess with her while she's trying to do this because it's
oh gosh, I can't go.
Teeny tiny.
I'm gonna be like, you're gonna have to like strap me down.
No, she was fine. That was my thought process. She was talking just fine because Shania was asking her questions while I was getting mine done. She was talking to Shania like over my head and like doing all
like,
this.
and who are you? What did you do? Where did you grow up? What's your social security? And like, are you gonna murder us later?
Questions. She was asking her, how long you've been doing this, what all that, and her. She said her daughter and son-in-law also have their businesses out of her basement. They're tattoo artists, so they had a couple of stations set up down there. And so I was like, well, dang, I'm gonna have to call you again if I need more tattoos because I just don't have money. But anyway, so
like that's what we should have called on here was Shania too. We're gonna have to we need to have her. Shania, thanks for moving 4 hours away, but like now we're ready to have you on the podcast. So
exactly. So figure out your school schedule, dang it, and then call us.
Yeah, listen, they have Skype in St. Louis too, honey.
But they were talking more than I was. But like I said, I was literally staring so intently, watching her. Like I was just like mesmerized by watching her do this process. So I was just concentrating.
I feel like you would be like, I want to do this. Like I want to try to do this.
Like let me try this. It'll be fun.
Yeah, like you love things like that.
Yeah. So yeah, I was just like, I'm watching this process, but I also didn't want to like mess her up. So
yeah, and then like screw up your thing.
Yeah, sit here and don't breathe too heavily, and don't make her talk. Like I was just trying to be so still. It's
like when you're at the doctor, they're like, okay, breathe in, and you're like, and then again, and they're like again, and you're like, Jesus, I mean, like, how much breath do you think I have?
Right. Breathe out a little and then breathe in again.
Stuck like you don't even know you're holding your breath, right? Because you're like, I don't want to move, I don't want to flinch.
Yeah, exactly. So I was like, hey, I need to breathe here a second. But yeah, it was great. It was fun. And I would definitely go do it again. She said she does, like I said, does the stuff at headquarters a lot. And I was like, girl, if I had known that, I would have just waited till you were there.
Yeah, we just drove I just drove from there to come to see you here.
Right. But
Adorned by Abby was the name of it again. Well, we can post it to our Facebook page or social media or something this week, and we'll have Regan and Shania's show us what they're like.
Yeah, and I have both pictures, so I can.
Okay, good, perfect. I think I had one other question about that because I was like, whenever you did you say how long it took for the both of you to do it?
I want to say we only spent about an hour altogether. And mostly because the longest part of it was trying to decide what you wanted, because she did have a good variety. So I'm trying to think. She had 4 shadow boxes. She had gold jewelry, silver jewelry, rose gold, and then she had jewelry.
That's all I heard.
And then she had a box of charms that you could pick from if you wanted a charm on there or whatever. And so
so the charms are actually what I would be thinking as a charm, right? That are going to hang down. It's not the hearts or whatever that you were saying. They have both. Okay.
They have both. She has ones that are connective ones where they hold your bracelet together instead of
so it's not permanent.
Well, no, it's still permanent because it's just connecting the two sides. But it's a charm or she would do 2 little O-rings to hold it together.
I see.
On either side of the charm. Kind of like the Kinder Scott necklaces, how they don't move.
Yeah. Yes.
So it'd be like that. Yeah, they'd be like that, so it wouldn't dangle. Or she had actual dangly ones if you wanted to do a charm like that.
Okay.
So, like I said,
they were really small, right?
There were some bigger ones. The ones that she had some larger charms, but most of them were fairly small.
Was it just flower, Kansas City Royal Chiefs, anything
She had a little bit of everything. She had some music notes. She had a heartbeat thing. For nurses.
Yeah,
something like that. She had crosses. I think she had, I want to say dice, maybe.
Oh, the new, how the disco with the dice with the cherries or that whole thing's popular now. Okay.
Yeah. And then she had a couple colored stones that were could be a birthstone type charm.
Ooh, okay.
So, I mean, she had a variety of things. I can't tell you what else she had on there. I didn't look too closely at the charms because I wasn't going to get one because I knew I just wanted the bracelets.
Right.
But I did see some of them. So But yeah, she had all kinds of stuff, just like way more variety than all the other places that I've looked at. Which
we
I
were
liked.
like, dang, we're like in this lady's basement. This is like
Yeah.
so much more than I was ever like thinking.
Yeah, I was like, this is way better than I had anticipated.
And I like no shade to that because I know that like people use their basements that are unfinished or anything like that, you know, to like do things like that. But it's kind of like when you don't know the person, it's like, okay, fight or flight. Like, but also too, I was feeling like, oh my gosh, okay, I want to like know what I'm getting before I kind of get there. I don't want to have to like, what if I don't like anything, you know? And then I'm like, oh, never mind.
Yeah,
like it's permanent, so I'm not actually going to do this.
Yeah. So.
But okay, well, anyway, we can talk more. We're gonna have Shania on eventually. We'll talk more about it then too, or like I'm sure we like talked this to death anyway. But
they're probably like, all right, shut up already.
I had questions. I was waiting for this to like ask.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay, so that is all that we have time for you guys today. We're so happy that you continue to join us and listen to us and tune in. And I know my cousin Tegan. I'm going to shout out her right now because her and I think Shayna and my Aunt Crystal have been like listening regularly. And she was like, oh my gosh, it like sounds like you guys are in the car with me. I listened to you on my way to work and it sounds like we're just having like a conversation with our friends in the car. And me and Regan were like, yes, that's like exactly what we did this for. And like
the whole reason.
A fun way to like, you know, kick off your day or end it or, you know, go to lunch, however you spend your time, mother. Angel, however you spend your time listening to this episode, you're gonna listen and you're gonna like it.
Dang it.
And eventually we'll like, you know, be able to stop calling her out. Because she was like, I can't believe you left that phone call in there. Whereas like I said, well maybe like, you know, I don't know, speak nicer to your daughter and it's gonna be fine.
I don't know, I thought it was hilarious.
But anyway, I've been loving hearing your feedback. I need to check the email, although I kind of gave up because nobody was
doing anything
or giving us, except for Brevin. Brevin did. Okay. And he like, you know, gave us ideas. Yeah, an idea for him to come on, which we didn't like, but we're going to get him on.
We'll get there eventually.
Yes. So thank you guys so much. And we hope that you guys have a good rest of your week because it's only Monday right now. So we're hoping that whenever you're listening, you'll be listening on Hump Day. We will catch you next Wednesday for another episode of A Little Rn'R.
Bye.
I can't even say it. Bye.